The Thunder are tied for the first seed in the Western Conference, and they are tied for the third best overall record in the NBA. So, you're wondering, how is Josh Giddey a problem for the Thunder when they've been one of the best teams in the league? Well, it's actually very simple. Let's dive right in and you'll see why. When you look at Josh Giddey's stats, you probably think, those are decent, but don't let those numbers fool you. He's a negative for OKC offensively. When you look at his offensive box plus minus, he's barely a positive. Josh Giddey is a very good passer, but that's all he does at a good level offensively. When it comes to his shooting in the paint, he is shooting terrible. I didn't even know a player could shoot this bad. Josh Giddey struggles finishing through contact, which has led to his field goal percentage in this area being that low. And when it comes to the mid-range, he's shooting decent from there, but it's on a small volume. Now, when it comes to shooting from deep, this is why he's really a liability. When you look at his basic shooting from deep, it already looks below average. When you dive deeper, it continues. When it comes to his catch and shoot shots from deep, at the time of this recording, he's shooting 33.1%. And on his corner shots from deep, he is shooting 37%. Surprisingly, not bad. But he's not a threat at all to shoot a pull-up shot from deep. Josh Giddey has taken less than 10 pull-up shots from deep this season, and the Thunder have played 49 games. Defenses don't respect him at all from deep, leaving him wide open and not even really trying to close out for a contest. Defenses have also figured out recently that they can just have their center guard him, but the center is not actually guarding Giddey. The center just leaves Giddey open and roams around the paint, which almost cancels out his passing and significantly affects the Thunder's half-court offense. With defenses doing this, it shrinks the floor, clogs up the driving lanes, and guarantees whoever drives is meeting the center at the rim. That seriously affects Shai Gilgeous Alexander and Jalen Williams, aka Jada. Both of them are OKC's best drivers. Basically, the Thunder are playing 4 versus 5 on offense when Josh Giddey is on the floor. This will become a huge issue in the playoffs. In the playoffs, OKC will have to potentially play against good or great rim protectors such as Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, and Nikola Jokic in the first 2 rounds. And if they make the conference finals, they could potentially play the Timberwolves, who have Rudy Gobert, arguably the best rim protector in the NBA. Now, before we get into the rest of the video, I would appreciate it if you could like this video, as it helps the video perform better in the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to the channel. I would gladly appreciate it. So, how does OKC fix this Josh Giddey problem? Well, their player for the solution is already on their roster in Isaiah Joe. Isaiah Joe is not the passer Josh Giddey is, but he's a miles better shooter from deep than Giddey is. Isaiah Joe on corner shots from deep this season is shooting 47.9%, and on catch and shoot shots from deep, he's shooting 45%. With how good of a shooter from deep Isaiah Joe is, defenses actually respect him, which means the floor is more open. The byproduct of that is there's a lot of space for drives and easier shots at the rim. And out of the Thunder's 5-man combinations, their most used lineup is their starting lineup of Shai, Giddey, Lu Dort, J-Dub, and Chet. This lineup at the time of this recording is a +9. Compared to their second most used lineup, which is basically the same besides Isaiah Joe in place for Giddey, that lineup is much better. That lineup is a +28.1. It's very clear Josh Giddey not being able to score besides in the paint is becoming a big problem for the Thunder offensively. Their best solution besides trading Josh Giddey is cutting down his minutes and giving them to Isaiah Joe. And when they are in close games down the stretch, Isaiah Joe needs to be in for Giddey, especially in the playoffs. I appreciate you watching this video. Let me know in the comments, how far do you think the Thunder will go in the playoffs? See y'all the next one.